Spooktember. So we told you guys that this evening we were going to talk about our creepy
Creepy
trails.
trails.
So I don't know if you can see the trail here. This is the trail here. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, it's coming.
Yeah, wait.
Let me see. I don't know if you can see the trail. So the trail, it winds up all the way from over there. It's a nice trail. A lot of people walk here. I would say it spans about probably 5 miles, like from one side of town to the other side, to the end of town. And so today's stories are going to be, let's go back there.
Alright.
Today's stories are going to involve our September encounters, spooky encounters that we've had riding this trail. So, do you want to start? Or you want me to start?
No, you start.
All right. So, first story. This is years ago. I used to work across town, and I was trying to become a health nut, right? That's when like the health stuff was really in. I mean, it's always in style, right? But it was like really starting to show. You know, people were trying to take care of their health, and you know, since we're commuter friendly, small community, a lot of people ride their bikes to work. So I started riding my bike to work, and I would say it's about good 2 miles from my house. And I didn't even know that this trail existed, to be honest with you. We used to come here a long time ago when fireworks showed. They used to do fireworks show here, and people used to just hang out. But I didn't realize that the trail was actually a public trail until somebody told me, like, which way do you ride your bike? I'm like, oh, I go down, 4th Street, whatever. And they're like, oh, well, no, why don't you take the trail? Like, it's secluded, it's fast, and you just keep going through, no problem. You probably save about 15 minutes of time. So normally I don't like to do that unless I have a buddy. But
unfortunately, you couldn't.
I
You
couldn't
didn't
because
have
I
a
didn't have
buddy.
a buddy. I had to go to work. So I took the trail the first time, and it was cool. I did. I shaved off a lot of time. I didn't have to worry about lights. I didn't have to worry about cars. I didn't have to worry about just getting there. And it was a nice, you can see it's a pretty nice view, and there's some houses, and it seems really safe. So I was doing this for about like already a month or so.
Yeah, so you were already used to it.
And normally, again, we keep talking about this. We keep telling you guys, right? Always let someone know where you're going or what you're doing if they can't be a buddy system with you. So I would get off. My shift would end like at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I would text her or I'd text my dad like, hey, I'm on my way home. I'm coming on the bike. And he'd be like, all right, cool. We'll be waiting here. If anything happens, call me. And so I had some earbuds and I was listening to music. So I'd start my path. And again, this is 2 miles away from where I live. And like you can see, it doesn't seem too busy, right? I mean, you see every now and then you have a person walk through or jog through here or whatnot.
Turn this
So
way.
I'm on my bike and I'm coming and I'm on this trail here, and I had just passed this side. I don't know if you can see that way where the bridge is. So I had
Let's
just
look at
went
the
over the
bridge.
bridge. And I don't know if you guys can see the bridge that's like right over there. I'm not sure if you guys can see it or not. But anyways, I had just passed the bridge there. And after I passed the bridge, once you pass on that side, that's also a trail. That's another side of the trail. But then there's residential, and there's a little spot where some cars can actually go in, or like maintenance and whatnot can drive up here. So I had the earbuds on, I had the music, I wasn't paying attention, but I did have a little mirror, a bicycle mirror, and so I happened to look in my mirror, and I see this big white man following me. And I still didn't think much, because I'm like, okay, it's probably like maintenance or something. So then I turned into the residential, I got off the trail, and this van was still following me. And so I made a U-turn, and I circled around because I wanted to get a better look at the van, right? Like that's what we were taught, right? Americans always wanted all that stuff. Always try to look at a license plate. Always try to get a good description of what the person looks like or whatnot. Take a picture if you can. But again, I'm riding the bike, couldn't do all that. So I happened to, like, this guy's coming back, Anyways, so I happened to circle, and when I circled, I noticed that it was a company vehicle for the company that I work for. This maintenance guy.
Did you recognize the guy?
I didn't recognize the guy. No, I didn't. I didn't recognize the guy. However, I did recognize that it was a company vehicle. So I thought it was strange. Once I made the U-turn, I went through the streets. I was freaked out, and I'm like, fine, whatever. And I reported it the next day. I'm like, hey, look, I'm not too sure. I just know that there was a guy, and I didn't see his face, but he followed me home. Supposedly they were going to look into it. That was the first one.
Yeah.
Right? Creepy. I ended up calling her right away, calling my dad, like, hey, how's it going, Mom?
Hi.
So that was the first one. Then the second one, again, bike story again. It scared me a little bit, but again, I'm like, well, nothing happened, right?
Yeah.
That's what people tell you. Nothing happened. Well, it was Miklo. Yeah, it probably was, honestly. Yeah, it probably was, huh? Probably coming from the bank. Oh, that's another good story.
Oh, yeah.
That's another good one. We could get into that one. But anyway, so then, I didn't want it to deter me because I was like, I enjoyed it. It was like, peace of mind, nice scenery and stuff. So I continued. I stopped for like a week or so, and then I went back to the bike, because it was so much faster. It was cost effective and stuff. So that day,
Sometimes it's not worth it.
no, yes, okay. So I don't know if you guys can see that this is now again. This is like 10 years ago. So back then there was more brush, there was more stuff. It was pretty like this nice little bench and stuff wasn't here then. Like
All
10 years
this. So
ago.
is this
All
new?
was covered. Yeah, they made it more like family friendly, I guess, or pedestrian friendly. But before this was all bushes. This was all bushes, and you just had this trail here. So I continued to do the bike riding. I continued to do the bike
Ahí
riding.
me está picando.
Be
Hold on,
careful.
hold on.
What did you do?
No, it's just
Okay.
like
So I continued to bike riding.
Picándome.
And then this one day, so I work at the high school, and then after I get out of the high school, I was a crossing guard. So I would take my vest with me, and I was stupid. Now thinking about it, I should have put it on.
Yeah,
I don't know why I didn't put it on. But I had it. I had my sign, and I had my vest, and I didn't know until that day, right? I didn't know people live here sometimes. Now they cleaned it up, so I don't think anybody does. Maybe at night. But during that time, I didn't know there was like a lot of encampments, hidden encampments, because all you could see was bushes.
Yeah.
And so I was riding my bike, and I rode through here, and I just heard like, hey! And I got scared, so I took off. And if you go that way, if you keep going that way, maybe like a good, no, too far. Maybe if you go like a good quarter mile that way, you end up coming to the end of the street, and you have to cross over to go to the other side. So that day, I took off, I was speeding, and then when I started to slow down, I heard another hey from the bushes. And I'm like, okay, that's not possible that the same person could have ran.
Yeah.
Or maybe because I was on the bike, I was going pretty fast. But because I freaked out and I let my nerves get to me, I didn't realize, that's not funny.
It's not.
I
It's
didn't
not.
realize that my stupid, my crossing guard vest, it got caught in the tire. So when I went to take off full speed, the vest got caught in the tire, and it threw me off the bike, and I fell into traffic pretty much because we're at the end of the street, and so I kind of just like laid there because there was nothing for me to do. It was horrible, it was awful, and I tried to protect my face, so when I knew I was gonna go forward, so I just kind of like had the stupid stop sign, and I'm like,
And that's heavy, though.
Yeah.
Stop signs. If you've
So,
ever been a crossing
but
guard.
I stood on the ground. I stayed on the ground for like a good couple minutes. I couldn't get up. It knocked the wind out of me. And so finally somebody was nice enough to pull over and was like, excuse me, are you okay? Do you need an ambulance? Like, no, I'm fine. So I got up and my leg hurt. But again, I was like embarrassed. You know how it is when you fall and you're embarrassed.
Get up too quickly, and then you're in pain
well, but I
afterwards.
was there for a couple minutes on the floor. So anyway, so finally when I had to get to work, I called my family, be a little late. I fell off the bike. They knew I rode the bike and stuff. And so I get to work, and my leg was killing by then. So when I went to go, pull my pants down to see it, that big old bruise, like it was on my thigh.
Yeah, it was pretty
and it
gross.
was there for like a good few weeks, man. I'm lucky I didn't shatter my leg or anything. So after that, I'm like, fuck this, I'm not riding the bike anymore, and not through those trails. Then shortly after that, this is where it gets really creepy. Like I was really creeped out with this stuff that I was seeing, but what ends up getting really creepy was shortly after, there was 3 women that were attacked on the same trail. They were jogging, and they had the earbuds in, and they weren't paying attention, and somebody just like swooped them into the bush and assaulted them. And they never found the person. It was weird because they had different descriptions of these men. So we don't know if there were multiple men.
There's like different reports as well, like high school girls walking home.
Because like I said, this trail goes about 5 miles. It starts from one side of town and it finishes off in the other side. So one report was exactly like here in this area. Another report was further down that way, and the other report was further down this way. But each of the reports were different descriptions of these people, these men, and I don't think they never caught the guys or whoever they thought. So after that, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I think I'm done. As much as it's healthy, whatever, fuck that shit, man. That bruise, man, hurt. So that was that one.
Then, for a while, we were taking this trail, and when we didn't have a car, we were riding bikes.
Yeah, we'd ride bikes.
We'd go hecka fast through here because
we were new by then.
Yeah.
So then years back, fast forward years back, we went through some stuff right before we went homeless, and we had lost our car and stuff, and we had to get around town. My kids had doctor's appointments and stuff, and so that was this is still the fastest way to go through town, like if you need to get across town. Yeah. And what happened that day? Remember we came on the bike. Were we on the trailer that day?
We did have the trailer, yes.
And what happened? I can't remember. There's the people that came out of the encampment with the bike.
Oh yeah, out of nowhere. It was
so
just
that's
like
what had
a
happened.
random person.
And I don't know what they wanted or what, but they just came out and they were decided to follow us, like
on the bike.
Yeah.
And then just like catch up and just
be
trying to like make small talk. And then an observation we've always made was like when you see people that aren't wearing helmets, they're really like up to no good.
Yeah. When you're
They don't
seeing
have
a
any bike
cyclist,
lights,
that's the tip for today. Yeah,
right?
when you see a cyclist, right, and they don't got a helmet on, they ain't got no bike lights, they're up to no good.
Yeah.
That
No
was
type of
that was our
reflective
observation.
gear.
Yeah, that was just our observation. But it could be wrong, you know. So wear a helmet, guys. Wear a helmet. Get yourself some lights. We got really smart last year when we were without a car, and a friend of ours ordered us some straps, some reflective straps from Amazon.
Yeah.
Those are super convenient. So when you're riding at night, people can see you, and then we got like the big light.
Yeah,
I
all
was getting
that.
all creative with all these lights. But yeah, so that's the those are the trail stories. We're laughing about the one we were like, we'll talk about it. Miklo. That's what we're gonna talk about because he said it maybe it was Miklo. So this isn't related to the trails. We're done with the trail stories now. The time when we had the lockdown because they robbed the bank in the city. You don't remember?
When?
Yeah. So this was some years ago. This doesn't have to do with the trails, but it just
Okay, yeah,
reminded
you're
me.
getting
It
on a
reminded me
different-
because he mentioned it was Miklo and the big white van.
Oh yeah, the
okay.
white van.
Yes.
Duh.
So
Okay.
a few years back, okay, were you in school or how? Did I work in your school? I can't even remember how
Yeah,
that went
if you
down.
were, yeah.
So she was a high school student, and I was a campus supervisor at the school. And what ended up happening that day was the school had gotten a call that there was a bomb on campus. So, you know, everyone's freaking out, right? Because there was a bomb threat. And there was actually some weird package in one of the dumpsters. So they evacuated all of us from the school, and everyone's freaking out. People want to call there wasn't too many cell phones then yet, but
No,
some
not
people
really.
were like trying to call their house and stuff. And so they had us all do a lockdown drill. Well, this went on for like 4 hours. They just had us there. Like they made us walk from one campus to the other, and the bomb squad came, and all this stuff came, and then later on, when they were able to retrieve it, the technicians were able to retrieve the package. It was a hoax. But while everybody was over here on this side of town taking care of the supposed bomb threat, the Bank of America was robbed. And like you said, a big white van was the one who went in there, and it was a guy that looked like me.
Yeah.
And he was like I want to say he was connected to some type of organization or something.
something.
That's what they ended up linking him to. And they didn't get caught. I think they
Yeah,
after
they
the
did.
money was
Yeah,
gone or
yeah,
something.
after.
Yeah. Oh, that's like that one awful story. Remember? Where the lady stopped in the bank to rob.
Oh, yeah,
that's
yeah.
awful. But yeah, so that's what it reminded me of, Maud. I don't know if you're still there, but that story, yeah, it was scary too. Bomb threat, like you don't know what to think. It could be a bomb, you don't know. But thank God it wasn't a bomb. But they used that to get everyone over here. So all the cops and everybody were on this side of town while
Create a diversion.
yeah, while
and
the
do
Bank of
all that.
America on Bank of America on this side was being robbed. So yeah, so that's pretty creepy, man.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think of the trail? Do you guys have any scary trail stories? Again, we're a big fan of the buddy system. I feel like if you have to, like, unfortunately, I didn't have a choice. Well, I did have a choice. No, I did have a choice.
Yeah.
I chose to still. That was a bad choice. Okay, I have to admit that. But sometimes you have no choice.
Yeah, you
Sometimes,
don't.
like when we had doctor's appointments and stuff, like with the kids, I'd have to push them in the trailer and come through here.
Depending on everyone's
but it's really
schedule.
cleaned up now. It's really cleaned up. I mean, I'm sure there's still every now and then you still have some situations here and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's starting to get dark. Ooh, creepy. Yeah, you never really hang out here when it's dark. And I never went through here when it was dark. Even when,
No, not really.
Like when you worked across town, you had to take the bike. You never went through here. did
No, I
you?
never went through this one. It was downtown. But yeah, people, I didn't know that people existed in the bushes and
know that.
kicked it, especially when you go over this one bridge here. People are underneath it.
Which one is it? It's further down that way.
Yeah, it's this one over here.
Yeah, so that's further down. Maybe we'll. No, I don't feel like walking down this creepy.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people right now on bikes right now.
Yeah, so
but
right now it's nice because there's people. The weather's nice, and so there's a lot of people that ride their bikes here and stuff.
a lot of people drinking under the bridges.
On the other side, yeah. This bridge, no, I don't think there's anything under this bridge. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's kind of far. You can kind of see it over there.
Somewhat.
But that's a nice one though because once you get out onto the side where they're crossing, there's houses behind there. No cars. They're not supposed to go back there.
No, they're not.
But they can. And then you come out to like the library side or the whole like what would you call that? Like the vineyards?
Yes, yes.
There's vineyards out there. And then there's another trail that connects to that side and then that'll take you back onto like the town side. So yep, there you have it, guys. Our creepy trail stories. What was the other one about the trails? Just those have been our experiences this here. I didn't know
we
that.
went to the trail over there. Where was it? Del That one, there was like, because we didn't know our way up the whole trail. And we didn't know that there was different,
I never went to that trail. You went to that trail?
yeah.
I don't
Oh, when we pushed the stroller the whole time.
Oh, you're talking
We
about the
didn't-
cliff up there.
We didn't know the.
Oh,
the
yeah, that
way.
one was creepy too.
And then it was a couple of guys.
Yes.
And then they offered us a gallon of water because they
Yes.
had it. And then I don't know, we didn't.
So that one,
take it,
one's
but-
actually it's like more of a hike, I guess. I guess that's what it's called. And it's a really nice hike. You go out to the outskirts of town on this side, and it's not too steep. We did it. Yeah, I didn't know what you're talking about. Yeah, we did it when my son was like a baby in a stroller, and so we pushed the stroller. It's a little incline, it's a little up there, but once you make it to the top, it's really beautiful. You can see the whole like lake, and it's got a nice little bench, and the breeze kicks in, and it's super nice. But yeah, that day was kind of creepy because I didn't know that there's three different pathways that you can go to get up to that.
We took, I guess, the longest way,
The
stupidest way, and so yeah, how long did we take?
maybe like an hour.
Because it was just like so terrible, and I almost like slipped many times, like
you
on the
didn't fall,
edge right
did you?
there. No,
Not that time.
no,
You
and
fell
then
the time when we were on the bikes, huh? Over on the other
yes,
one?
I slipped, and then
Oh gosh, that was so scary. But
scary.
yes.
And it's creepy when you're on these trails and someone comes out of nowhere,
Yes.
and you don't. Sometimes they know if they already know the way,
yeah.
then they know that
Yeah.
you're new
Yes,
and you're
yes, they're
unfamiliar
like,
with it.
"Oh,
So that's a
okay."
little creepy.
It is. It's very creepy. So just be safe out there, guys.
Or like even if you're out on a walk of like with a date or something, a lot of creepy things do happen on trails. Be careful, because I know a lot of people want their privacy. It's not always that great.
Yeah.
When you're on a trail or whatever.
Okay. Well, yeah, you reminded me of one, but I don't want to talk about that one.
Oh, when you were under that bridge.
Yeah. So okay, fine, I'll bring it up because it is creepy trail. So I had gone to hang out with the person, and they're like, meet me under the bridge, right? And I'm like, and I kind of knew, but I didn't know. I kind of knew, but I didn't know. So I go under this bridge, and the guy wants to hang out or whatever. And I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. And next thing you know, it's a good thing nothing happened because there was a lot of people that hang out there. And what ended up happening was the person who I went to go meet over there, I already knew those people, and it's up to no good. They all do trades, drug trades or whatever. And yeah, it's time for me to bounce. But
Yeah, you had to go.
yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
You could have been traded underneath that bridge.
Well, there's so many stories like that too, where like there was just a woman not too long ago last year, remember? And she went missing, and they ended up finding her
yes.
under the bridge.
Yeah,
Supposedly it was a suicide.
Yeah, we don't know.
But who knows? There are a lot of strange things. But I'm glad they've really cleaned up this trail, and like you can see here, many people come and they walk it, and they come with their families, and not too many people come alone.
No.
Which is nice.
And also, I see a lot of people that are running with the earbuds,
Yes,
and
yes.
you need to be aware of
Everyone.
around you.
Well, I'm telling you, going back to the first story yesterday, and I'm telling you, when I first started, I know I was stupid. I'm like, yeah, I'm listening to music.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people do, and it's just
And even if you do one ear, I think that's not good. I think you should still be aware. Get the fuck through it, and hey, how's it going, Malia? How's it going? How are
Hi.
you? So yeah, just that's crazy stuff, man. And that's it. That's all we can talk about that. Any other creepy ones you could think of? Because this trail extends. It extends
Yeah, it
all the way
does.
from that side.
make sure that your phone is charged when you're walking, like on a trail. Have a flashlight if it's getting darker.
Yes.
Depends on the time that you go. I know a lot of people like to go in the
You're
mornings.
doing well, Malia. Thank you.
Thank you. What else? Keep hydrated.
Yes,
on these
take water.
trails.
Again, that's why I started carrying a backpack, and I made sure I had like band-aids. I made sure I had a flashlight. I made sure I had the stupid little things, but things, an umbrella or like a poncho and
Band-aids,
Yes.
You might get poked by like a branch or something.
Actually, it's YouTube Live. Instagram Live.
Oh no, not Instagram.
Oh boys, we're old. It's YouTube. So yeah, where are you right now? Hey Tay Tay. So right now we came to this trail here in Livermore where we live because we came to tell our creepy stories that it's Spooktember. If you're new here, I'm not sure if you're new here or not, but for this month of September, for the last I don't know a couple days now.
Yeah,
like
going on
we-
maybe 2 weeks
Yeah,
now.
we've been doing Spooktember. So in Spooktember, normally on our TikTok we do. Where am I? It's dark. Where am I? Where I am, it's dark. Oh, really? Where are you from? So we're in Livermore, California. It's about to get dark. The sun's starting to fall. And then, here in California, don't forget to change your clocks.
Oh yes.
Okay, you're new, Tay Tay. So we came from. Normally we do stuff on TikTok since
Yes.
last year, and so our TikTok is 925 Rucas now. But the one we had last year was I don't even remember the name it was, but we ended up getting banned because people reported us or
Yes.
whatever. But all of last September, October, we did Spooktober,
Yes.
creepy stories. So we did them on TikTok, and then we started doing. She started going live a couple weeks ago here. So now we're doing. Oh, Colombia! Oh,
Oh,
wow! Well, saludos. You guys getting any rain? How are you guys? You guys are getting really bad weather out
Oh,
there.
yeah.
And so yeah, so we're talking about the Spooktember stories, the things we've encountered here. This is a really nice trail. It's pretty family friendly, but it has a past. It has a dark past, and the city's done really well of cleaning. Oh, thank you so much. The city's done really well about cleaning it up and trying to keep it, safe.
Yeah.
But
Sometimes it's creepy when you've gotten lost. Like I've gotten lost a couple of times on certain trails. Like when I wandered off, or I was on my phone uploading like content or whatever, and I wasn't paying attention, and then I got left behind, and yeah, they just wait for me. And it is creepy. It is because you think you know the way, and sometimes you just get lost.
Well, before, like I said, do you have diarrhea? No, I don't. Not today. Thank you. Am I supposed to, Jason? Josiah? Jessia? I can't read your name. Shit. Colombian powder. Okay, nice. So yeah, so that's what we're talking about. Oh, thank you so much, Tay Tay. So yeah, so those are it. Those were our Spooktember stories, and I'm sure you guys have some Spooktember. Oh yes, it does. I'm sure you guys have Spooktember stories as well. Colombia, actually, isn't that where they killed that the governor, the girl that was sleeping with the governor, and supposedly it wasn't connected?
Oh,
And she was from around this area, remember?
Yeah, I'm not
She
sure.
was like from Fresno or somewhere, and she ended up in Colombia, and she was having an affair with some politician.
Yeah, someone.
And supposedly he wasn't involved. I don't know how that. And the guy who killed her was supposedly like an immigrant or
something like that.
something very suspicious. Oh, it is. She said. Oh, okay. Oh. Yeah, and then there was that other story too, but that was I don't know if that was in Colombia.
Not sure. It's getting dark.
But yeah, it is getting dark. A lot of creepy trail stuff, man.
And a lot of creepy people as well.
Yeah. What do you think it is? Why do you think people like it out here so much?
I think that a lot of people are lonely, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but I think there's just some people just like to, I think, creep on other people.
Like just people
Or
watch?
some don't even know that they're being creepy.
So people watch?
People watch. I think it's natural to be a people watcher.
So yeah.
And, I just think, people that like to just hang out.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. You guys have a great night. Happy Saturday. If you're drinking, don't drive. If you're driving, don't drink. And don't forget to like and share.
Thank you.
I don't have to do this.